皆もご存知渦巻きナルト。
Yo, what is up? It's your boy RJ in the building, and I am well overdue me talking about some Storm Connections. Obviously, I've seen all the trailers, I've seen all the stuff, I've seen all the videos, I've watched the videos as well. I've watched Globq's videos, Poison's videos, E-streams, blog posts on Twitter. There's left, right, center, up, down, diagonal, vertical, horizontal, hectagonal, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I thought, you know what, Poison messaged me and he was like, listen bro, if you don't upload some Storm Connections content, I'm personally going to come to your house and slap you across the face. And I said, well, all right, cool, I'm sorry, yeah, I get it, all right, I need to, you know, stick to the trend, you know, and here I am sticking to the trend. Okay, obviously I have my reasons, but you know, we won't get into that. We're here for that Storm Connections content, my opinion. So I'll do a few Storm Connections content. I'll probably break it up depending on the topics as well. So today's topic will basically be what I personally think Storm Connections needs to change. And I'm not gonna, like, a lot of the stuff that might have been said already, but my take on it, but there'll probably be a few things that I also think that should have a take on it. Now, thing number one, and this to me is one of the most important, I'm not going to say the most, I mean, it is, I was debatably the most, but definitely one of, improving the overall netcode. Now, when I say improving the overall netcode, like, so believe it or not, Dragon Ball FighterZ actually has a worse netcode than Storm. But Storm's netcode is not great either in terms of the stability. So a lot of the times, and I know that everyone who's played Storm, even for maybe even a few months, has probably experienced this, but you could get an error occurs. So because that Storm is peer-to-peer, right, a lot of the time when the connection drops, if someone's on Wi-Fi, and even if you're on LAN, but more so on Wi-Fi, your connection can drop, and then you get an error code. Because they just can't, I don't know, the peer-to-peer just can't reconnect, they struggle, and then they just kind of bug out. So it's like, that I feel like needs to get fixed, the stability. Obviously, there's been patches where they've improved the stability, but this issue still happens. I don't really get the issue that much anymore, to be fair. Personally, I am wired, so I do feel like because I am wired, then I generally play people who are also wired, that I don't really get this problem too often. I don't even think I've had that problem this year, to be honest, but I know that it still happens within other people. So I feel like stuff like that does need to get fixed. Now, the second one is to remove all glitches, right? So this being, you know, the strike back glitch, try and get that sorted. Removing the button locks as well, take that out. Removing the chakra savings, so when you jutsu and you get your chakra back. Remove all of that. I will adjust it. Now, the reason why I say or adjust it is, let's take, for example, the one where you get your chakra back. Now, I think that the concept of inputting something at the right timing, you should get you rewarded. If it doesn't, it's not that deep. But I don't think that you should get all of your chakra back. So maybe that if you input a jutsu at the right time, you might get 50% of the jutsu's chakra back. So if I was to pick random numbers and a jutsu cost 80 chakra, if you do the perfect timing, you would get 40 chakra back, for example. I think that it'll be a nice compromise. It's like you will still be rewarded for still doing the perfect switch, but at the same time, you're not getting a free jutsu. There's still a cost that comes with it. So I still think that removing the game breaking glitches, like the infinite awakening when you switch, as well as the getting your chakra back, as well as the button locks, as well as the sub banking, sub switching, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, I believe that subs should be subs. Like, subs, like, it shouldn't be tampered with. Whatever the sub timer is what the sub timer should be. There shouldn't be any sub banking, sub switching, nothing. So I don't think that needs to be adjusted. I think that needs to go. And so regarding the, like I said, the chakra stuff, that's my take on that. Button locks, again, you should go, but maybe, again, you can add in a little mechanic where it's kind of button lock-like, but maybe not quite a button locked as we know it. Maybe something else where if you still do roughly the same thing, maybe there might be some form of lock. I don't know how you would do it, but maybe because, I think button locks do add a pretty good variety to characters and stuff like that, but maybe just done different, or maybe just adjusted. Maybe, if they didn't want to do this and they want to remove it, I'd be all here for it as well. Remove that as well. The next thing that I do want to talk about that should be changed, in my opinion, is character balancing and character reworks. Personally, yes, obviously it'd be nice for new characters, but if we got, let's just say hypothetically, we got the same characters, but they balanced, for example, they reworked Kaguya, they balanced Danzo's one shot and Awakening, they balanced Madara's Awakening, they balanced Tamari's cover fire, they removed Dash Cut, there's a lot of stuff that they balanced. And when I say balanced, at least by minimum, the super broken stuff, not necessarily just the good stuff, but like stuff like I said, like stuff like that. Like, they sorted out, with a removal of the button locks, they also sorted out Hashirama Sage Mode's hitbox, for example, that kind of thing. So you're not really getting back hits like that. So it's like, if they sort out all of that stuff, for me, that would make the game better by tenfold already. Because how do we know that these new characters balancing might not be worse than Kaguya and might not be worse than Madara Awakening? We don't know that. So for me, I feel like if they do pay attention to their community and they focus on actually balancing their game and supporting it through patch after patch after patch, especially on release, looking at Storm 4, considering that they're clearly using the same kind of systems core to Storm 4, I feel like that's something that is really important, especially because all around it'll be better. It'll be better for the competitive scene, and obviously the casual scene will still have fun as well. Now, that actually leads on to my next point. I want the game to stay the same at its core. I think Storm 4 has a really good thing going regarding this game, in the sense that it's still, in my opinion, very competitive, very high tense, very anime-like. When you play the game, I've even had people say the game sometimes looks even better than the fights when they're watching. That fast-paced vibe, the fact that a lot is going on, that destruction as well. How the subs work, so the fact that how the chakra works, how the subs work, how the support gauge comes in. The game at its core, in my opinion, is so unique, is what makes it great. I've had a lot of people say that they should make it like Demon Slayer, or they should take advice from, obviously, traditional fighters do this, traditional fighters do that. I think Storm 4 cannot be topped, in my opinion, because it is so different. It can't be replaced because it is so different, and it does work, but if done properly. Right now, there's a lot of things that they have not done properly, hence why it can be so buggy. But if it's done properly, I think that the game at its core has a good thing going for it. I don't have an issue with the subs, I don't have an issue of anything else. It just needs to be done properly, even down to the switching. The switching can be a glitchy mess. A lot of the stuff has come from the switching, but if they do the switching properly, it can be by far the best thing that they've added to any Storm game prior. So yeah, in my opinion, they should not change the game's core. I think they should keep it the same regarding the 4 subs, regarding the chakra, regarding everything like that. Just make it less buggy, make it like keep the game where the game needs to be. And the last thing as well, there's probably some other things, but right now this is what I can think of, all I got down, is I feel like they need to listen to the community. If they are serious about connections rather than it being a money grabbing game, and they want this game to actually be something, because I do feel that the community does deserve it, in the sense that we've been around. Storm 4 has been around for I think 8 years, and there is still an active community supporting it. There's still tournaments going on hosted by E. There's still first to fives. There's still clan battles. There's still the fan made game made out of it. People clearly like this game. It is one of their legacies. It is one of their most popular games. So I think it is deserving for them to support the newest game they come out. And when they do that, I feel like they really need to listen to their community, whether it's the content creators, whether it's just posts on Twitter. Even if they don't want to necessarily take it head on, but they should at least take it with a pinch of salt to whatever they have, so at least they can balance their game well, they can support their game well, they can do what they need to do to make the game great, and the game that we all love and enjoy. So that's my take on basically what I think that they should change in the game. There are like minor stuff, like maybe, like I said, add more legacy maps, stuff like that, but I wanted to more so address the things that I feel like are more important. If you want to hear more of my opinion on things that they can change, I will be streaming with connections topics as well. This is just a video that I just wanted to make, talking about more of the important stuff. Obviously, I do have more opinions, so if you are interested in hearing more of my opinion on stuff that I think they should do better, please remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. If you have any questions that you want me to ask, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer them. I try and answer all my comments. Like, I try my best to answer every single one. So if you leave a comment, I will eventually get to it. You have my word. So without further ado, I bid you guys farewell. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's listen to the outro. Peace, sayonara, and adios.